It is top producer time once again. We are in the month of October 2021, and we are traveling south of where I'm sitting right now, deep south into the heartland of Texas to Katy, Texas, just about 15 miles away from Houston, where NFM's Matt Westervelt is hanging out. He's a branch manager for NFM who's been here since August of 2020. Once aspired to be an NFL quarterback, and he joins us now on NFM TV. Matt, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, Greg. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Let's talk about this quarterback thing. I mean, I've stood next to you, right? And I'm obviously not a tall guy. Did you really think you had the height to be an NFL quarterback? Because I think you're about 5'10", 5'11", maybe, all stretched out.
I'm closer to 6'2", but I think I've shrunk in an inch maybe as I've gotten older. But yeah, that was the dream back in the day. You know, I grew up as a huge Buffalo Bills fan. Jim Kelly was my idol. I wore number 12. As I got a little bit older and realized that I wasn't quite going to be the next Jim Kelly or Peyton Manning, I settled to maybe work on Wall Street one day was my dream as I got a little bit older.
Yeah, they had some tough losses in those back-to-back Super Bowls. They lost them all, right? You must have been heartbroken as a kid. At least you learned how to get over adversity through those losses, huh?
That's right. They say the Bills stands for Boy, I Love Losing Super Bowls.
I get it. I get it. Well, you're from Danbury, Connecticut originally, so I don't want everyone to think that you've always been in the Houston area. What was it like growing up in Danbury, and what made you move down south?
We grew up in a quintessential, small blue collar New England town, about an hour north of Manhattan. So, we considered ourselves in that part of Connecticut to be more New York than Boston.
So you've been in the business since 2013. So you're going on your 8th year, and you kind of cut your teeth at Wells Fargo. How did you start, and how did you transition into this lovely world of mortgage banking?
When I got out of college, I interned actually on Wall Street next to the stock exchange, and then took a job with Wells Fargo Advisors. Quickly realized that that's just one of those businesses where the grayer your temples are, the more credibility you have. And, no one was handing over their life savings to a 23-year-old kid, right? But I was doing pretty well referring some mortgages to the Wells Fargo home mortgage team. So the branch manager of the Wells Fargo home mortgage office at that time was a close family friend and convinced me to switch sides, and the rest is history.
You're a top 1% originator, and you have eclipsed the $100 million mark in personal production for 2 straight years. How have you been able to do that? What do you credit that to?
I think it's just having great partners, honestly, in the marketplace, as well as building the team that we've built, right? I'm a huge proponent of the core. Obviously, the core is not something that's for everybody. I think it takes a specific type of person to surrender to that process and to surrender to Rick Ruby. But, I've been in the core for about 3 years now. The core and my coaches and mentors that I have through that organization have just changed both my business and my life for the better.
Everybody hears about the core, and they hear about this. It's not for everyone. What exactly does that mean?
To be a good core student, you have to be humble enough to realize that there are people out there that know more than you do, right? I think sometimes as salespeople, we have big egos and we think our way is the best. And it's really just coming to the realization that, hey, maybe your way isn't the best, and let's go emulate people that are doing what we want to do and what we want to achieve.
Can you name one particular thing that you used to do that you no longer do? You thought it was great, and you learned through coaching that it's not so great, and it's helped to propel you.
Up until about 2 or 3 years ago, I was one of those producers that tried to do it all on my own. And now between processors and loan partners, I've got 7 people on my team. So not only have we been able to grow our business, but I've done it with a much better balance outside of the office as well.
Well, not only is your team growing, your family is growing too. By the time this airs here, the first Monday in October, you likely will have 2 daughters. Your wife is due any minute here, and we're in late September recording this. So you've got a house full of women, and you've got a growing family. What's that experience like?
It's hectic in the best way possible. Got a 2-year-old and another one on the way. So it's been amazing. Being a father is the joy of my life.
You also have a couple of interesting hobbies. You love watches, cars, and cooking. I didn't realize the cooking part. What's your best dish? And don't tell me wheat toast with butter, please.
No, since moving to Texas, I have, started learning about the art of smoking meat. My mom's 100% Italian, so anything with red sauce, Sunday spaghetti, and meatballs, that's the specialty in my house.
You hit the gym? You have a regiment?
I do, not as much as I probably should, but going back to my football roots, I always like to try to hit the weights a couple of times a week.
Before I let you go, what made you choose NFM? What was that process like, and what has the experience been like for you?
The transition has been quite frankly seamless, and I think the reason that I chose NFM was really the freedom that NFM and the executive team gives us here as branch managers and producers to truly be an entrepreneur within NFM and build our business the way we see fit. NFM was just a perfect fit for me based upon our culture and structure.
You just put your head down every day, you grind, you go to work, you get it done. And we are totally psyched to have you here as a member of the NFM family of lenders, Matt. Thanks so much for joining us and for allowing us to feature you as our top producer for the month of October 2021. Continued success.
Thank you, Greg. It's an honor.
That's Matt Westervelt, our branch manager in Katy, Texas. I'm Greg Scher from NFM TV. We'll see you next time.